So blah blah blah. Cancer is an almighty killer and I wish there was a cure for it. I, for one, will be supporting Team Lewis in the future and hope you guys will too. One day, cancer will be a thing of the past and the memory of Lewis will live on in the cure when it's found.
G'day. We have spent so much time now hiding in our homes from the most terrifying people of all. The most disgusting, the most heinous individuals in this world. Vegan people. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a video about my favourite YouTuber, and I'm sure it's your favourite as well, Vegan Gains. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you don't know who Vegan Gains is, let me just refresh your memory. He is the biggest asshole on this platform.
Repsion's a little fucking bitch. If I had the opportunity, I'd kill him. Slit his fucking throat with this knife. Really like to use this knife on him.
He is a large anus.
Like he really does deserve to die.
A cock smoker.
Hey, Vegan Gains, Vegan Gains.
Told you to fuck off!
A psycho.
Like, you're such a smug little bitch. I'd love to just slide a knife right across his throat and just watch him, like, just look all scared when, you know, he's just dying.
A fuckface.
So it's a good opportunity to try and kill me, so if you think you have the fucking guts, come to the fucking Toronto Veg Fest!
Did I say large anus?
I'm not easily intimidated, and nothing you can do to me is worse than the suffering and death of the animals you eat. So you can make all of the legal threats you want. Nothing is going to stop me from defending the animals that you harm, and nothing is going to stop me from speaking the truth that animal products are not only insanely cruel, but also incredibly unhealthy and unsustainable. So, have a nice fucking day. Hopefully some of you can make some vegan gains.
I guess he's just him. If you don't know who Vegan Gains is, he's a guy who I've had a lot of back and forth with over the last couple of years, and I've really enjoyed it. It's fun because he always reacts to whatever I post. It's really good. He must be just waiting for something to happen. And he's also challenged me to 2 MMA fights like a fucking 4-year-old child. Anyway, me like a 4-year-old child as well. I accepted and he just shut the fuck up. Pussy! Now Richard Burgess, that's Vegan Gains' real name, and forevermore he will now be known as Little Richard. He came out and made a video recently about Eddie Hall. Now Eddie Hall is the world's strongest man from a couple of years ago. He also holds the deadlift world record at 500 kilos, which is from someone who once deadlifted 200 kilos. That was my PR. Which would nearly fucking killed me. 500 kilos is fucking insane, Eddie. Anyway, Little Richard came out and made a video about him.
Hi everyone, so for those of you who don't know Eddie Hall, he's basically the real-life Shrek.
And proceeded to say all these things that Eddie's died and all this type of shit. But then later in the video, he also made fun of a cancer kid who had passed away that Eddie went and visited in the hospital. And that's what this video is all about. Now I like Eddie. I subscribe to his YouTube channel and I'd like to meet Eddie one day. He seems like a cool guy. But Little Richard does not. And he picked this particular video because Eddie swapped his diet, which is a large diet of, I don't know how many calories he eats a day, maybe 10,000. A lot of strong men, they eat a very, very large calorie surplus. And he swapped his diet with his wife's. Now his wife at the time was a vegetarian and he decided to eat some of these vegetarian food. You see where this is going? Little Richard, this is his world. Veggies. He fucking loves veggies, man. He's all about veggies. Veggie this, veggie that. Veggies in my mouth. Veggies up my ass. Whatever. He's fucking mad into veggies, this guy. He really enjoys veggies. I assume that Little Richard gets home after a big day of doing fuck all and just, like, you know, slices up some carrots and rubs his little nipples with them. Is that what you do, Little Rich? Do you rub your little nipples with carrots? I bet you do. When I saw Little Richie's video about Eddie Hall, I thought, great, here's another reason for me to make fun of this dude, and he'll probably call me out again because that's basically what he does. He just threatens people with violence. It's weird that he's allowed on YouTube anyway. And then I watched the video and I realised what a massive asshole Vegan Gains really is. Sorry. Little Rich really is.
Guys, welcome back. Now today, I'm with my gorgeous, beautiful wifey, Alex. Today, we had the wild idea that me and the wife would basically swap diets. You've got to basically eat whatever I eat today. A full captain's breakfast with an extra sausage and black pudding.
So Eddie's sitting there eating a couple eggs for breakfast saying, "Oh, this is disgusting. Vegetarian food's yucky. I hate it." Eddie, you ordered 2 eggs for breakfast with, the meal that you'd normally eat, so are you having a bit of a dum-dum there?
Nope. Eggs by himself fucking suck. Eggs with bacon is fantastic. It's a delicious combination. It just doesn't work having eggs by themselves. It's like having a vegan without whinging and bitching attached to it. It's just not right.
You also ordered other plant foods that would be classified as vegan or vegetarian. Tomatoes, beans, toast.
Beans, tomatoes, and toast. They're not vegan, champ. Do you know how many fucking little beetles and little grasshoppers die when you cultivate all that shit? So many. So many animals die to put the little veggies on your little nipples, alright? And this is the thing that I talk about a lot, and vegans come back and say, well, the cow's dead and this cow's dead. Okay, let's think about it like this. That's one soul. One cow's soul can fill the bellies of all these townsfolk. But how many little grasshoppers, those little grasshopper souls, must die for you to have your carrots to rub on your nipples? Many is the answer. Little Rich, many.
And I'm sure Eddie knows that he's not eating the healthiest diet. I'm sure he's not eating bacon and sausages for breakfast thinking it's health food.
Nothing wrong with bacon for breakfast, big dog, okay? I've been eating a keto diet for a number of years, and back when I first started eating it, I lost a lot of weight. That was my staple food. In fact, it improved my blood lipid profile, my cholesterol went down. From all these blood tests that I did, the nutritional profile in my blood was far better than before I started the diet. And you're wrong, dickhead.
But he has posted just whiny virtue signaling crap on his Facebook page that I think needs addressing. So here's the post that Eddie made back in 2017.
From 3 years ago. Little Rich, you scrolled all the way down for 3 years of posts. This is Eddie Hall. He's very active on social media. You have got nothing to do with your life, do you, sir? Shouldn't have called you sir. Do you, bitch? No, you don't.
Which I think is pretty ridiculous considering his diet.
This is the post that Eddie put up when a young guy who obviously enjoyed Eddie, maybe followed Eddie, or his parents got him around to show that there's this big, strong guy. And Eddie probably went over there with the intention of making this little dude's last weeks on Earth or last months on Earth a little bit better.
Today I attended the funeral of my little pal Lewis. It was a tough one. He left us at the tender age of 7, and I guess that kid's Lewis.
Eddie attended the funeral when he passed away. He then put up this post to try and, support the family and say some nice words and all those beautiful things. Those things that you probably would think in your mind that you couldn't critique someone over. But not little dick shit vegan gains.
So blah blah blah. Cancer is an almighty killer and I wish there was a cure for it. I, for one, will be supporting Team Lewis in the future and hope you guys will too. One day, cancer will be a thing of the past and the memory of Lewis will live on in the cure when it's found.
What the fuck goes through your mind to think it's okay to do that type of shit? You're just not a nice person, are you?
Well, Eddie, since we're still waiting for that cure for cancer to be found, how about in the meantime we try and prevent ourselves from developing cancer in the first place? You eat red and processed meat all day, which...
Could you imagine being this kid's family if they somehow, like not many people subscribe to Vegan Gains, but somehow come across this video and then have to relive that moment of their child passing with this dude talking in this very condescending voice about their child? That would be fucking horrible.
Which is classified by the WHO as a cancer-causing carcinogen, doesn't really make sense for you to eat these foods and promote these foods if you care so much about cancer.
You make fun of people who have cancer who eat meat because they're dumb. I just don't understand what you're doing. I don't get it. You make fun of this kid. You make fun of Eddie because he's his hero. Like, why? The social media post is a modern obituary or an in memoriam or a dedication post. It's almost a sacred thing. It's how some people find out news about people passing. Back in the day, people would just go straight to the newspaper. Now they go to Facebook to find out these things, find out what's happening. And I think you making fun of that kid, putting on that condescending voice and making the trip from Eddie to the hospital to see him and then the post, I just think it's such a shit attitude to have. All for what? Because Eddie eats meat and that kid ate meat and maybe that kid ate meat. That's what you're saying? That's what caused the cancer in this situation? He's a little kid. A lot of things may have caused the cancer in this situation. Genetics plays a big role in cancer, particularly with youth cancer, or maybe something happened in the pregnancy. You don't fucking know, mate. So shut the fuck up.
Classified by the WHO as a cancer-causing carcinogen.
The study that little Richard is referring to here that was produced many years ago has since been just treated as absolute trash by people all throughout the mainstream media. And one of the big questions that I'd ask you, little Rich, and maybe you can answer this in your follow-up video because you don't have any other ideas for content, so I'm sure you will. What other items of food were the people eating that were also eating red or processed meat? Okay, were they eating the meat with burger buns that are full of sugar? Were they having soft drinks? Were they eating lollies? What were they doing that also gave them a higher chance of having cancer? Were they overweight? Did they have a genetic predisposition? There's a lot of factors that come into play here. You can't just say just because someone eats red meat they're going to get cancer, because 98% of the world eats red meat. Red meat is good for you, vegan gains is bad for you. And this isn't the first time that little Richard's done this. He's kicked people whilst they're down many times before. In the video he made about the carnivore diet, he referenced Jordan Peterson's wife, who had cancer, and a big issue for the Peterson family, and I wish them all the very best. They're going through a tough time at the moment. He just basically took the piss out of her because they eat meat.
Why are you only looking at the reported benefits that Jordan Peterson claims to have had on the carnivore diet? Look at what happened to his wife. His wife was following the carnivore diet for quite some time. I think it was over a year. And then she developed kidney cancer. She almost died of it. And it just so happens that red meat intake is actually linked to kidney cancer.
This is such a weird attitude to have, little Rich. Like, why? Why do you care so much? You get studies that back you up because you have a bias against this. You only research things that back up your claims. You are a pseudo-intellectual. You sit there like you're this high and mighty person. You are nothing more than a small little boy who is terrified of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, vegan gains, fuck you to the moon. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. And I'll see you all very soon. Toodaloo, au revoir. What a great shirt. Bye.